Hey, sound test mic. Hello, guys, and welcome again to another edition of Learning with Rich. So, for today's topic, we are going to talk about. I'm going to teach you one trick that I always use every time I document our Revit project. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to create a sheet list. Okay, and in order for you to be able to do this, of course, you need to create a lot of sheets. And for this exercise, I just use the default sample project. So if you want to go along with me, so all you have to do is to go to the file and you go to open and then you go to this drop down and then you can look for the sample files. So you can select any project here. So probably what you can do is you can change here the type. You can click the type and then you can look for the project here. So for this project that I have opened, I have selected here the RME Advanced Sample Project. So you can also use RAC, which stands for Revit Architecture. You can also use RST, that is for structure. So in this exercise, I'm using RME Advanced Sample Project. Okay, and in order for you to have this kind of project browser, so what you can do is you can right click the views here and then you can select browser organization and then you can change here the way the browser organization or the project browser shows the views here. So at the moment I'm using here type discipline. All right, so let's get started. So for this one, I already have sheets here, couple of sheets. So I have 3D views. I have here section. What else? I also have elevation, floor plan, and legends. Okay, so some of you might have a lot of sheets to organize. So for this one, so let's say for example, there are some instances that you need to uh, you need to change the name of the sheets. Okay, so of course the first thing that you need to do, first thing that comes up in your mind. Okay, so what you do is you go to the sheets, you can right click it, and then you can rename, right? Okay, so that's what you do. So let's say for example for this one, so you can right click that and then rename, and then you can change from here. Okay, and then after that you select OK, then that's it. Then if you want to change another name of the sheet, so again you go to the sheets from the project browser and then right click again, then change the name. Okay, so there is one efficient way for you to be able to do that. So instead of doing this one, so I'm going to show you how to create a sheet list. Okay, so how to do that. So that is a type of schedule. So we'll be creating a sheet list schedule. So from the project browser, what you can do is you can expand the schedules here. So as you can see, there's these are the schedules in my project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click the schedule quantities, and then you'll be able to see here some of the options that you can use to create a schedule. And the schedule that I'm going to use is new sheet list. So this is the one that we are talking about. So another way to locate this command is by going to the view tab, because it has something to do with view. You go to the view tab and you can go to the schedules drop down and then you can select it from the option. So there you go. So you can select sheet list. So either way it's correct. Okay, so you just select the sheet list, and then from here you need to select the fields that you want to be included to the sheet list. So if I just want to use this schedule, this sheet list as a means to check the names of my schedule, so probably it's just a working schedule. So I'm just going to select here the field that I want. So like for example, I want to show on the sheet list the sheet number. So I'm going to select sheet number and then you can click this icon here, or you can double click that. Double click. So that's the sheet number, and you also want to include the sheet name. So you just double click that. There you go, and then just select OK. And that's now your sheet list. So as you can see straight off the bat, so you'll be able to see the sheet numbers here and then the sheet name. So let me just change the name here. So let's say this is just for your checking purpose. So probably I'm going to call it sheet list, uh, let's say working view or checker. Okay, sheet list checker, or whatever name that you want to do. All right, so it's up to you. I'm just giving you an idea. So just press enter. Now for this one, this is a simple way. So instead of going to your sheets and then right clicking the sheet names here, although you can do that, you can easily do that if you create a sheet list here. So let's say for example, you want to change this one, this M101 3D, you want to change the sheet name, you can also change the sheet number. So let's say I'm going to change the sheet name. So if I open this M101 3D, so this is the view. So I'm going to change this from the sheet list. So 3D, so let's say this is my typical HVAC layout, or whatever name is that. And then after that, once you press enter, you will notice it will update now here. Okay, so it's easy as that. Okay, so let's say for example, for this one, 3D, this is for my electrical, and then enter. Okay, so let's say for example, this one, I'm gonna change this, so I'm gonna call it E101. So I'm gonna call this E102. So as you can see, as you change your sheet list, your sheets here on the project browser also updates. Okay, so this is for example a section for my electrical, enter. Okay, and this is for my mechanical. Okay, so this is a mess if you are a BIM manager, or if you are the one who is doing all the checking stuffs in your project. So this is this is a floor plan, let's say for mechanical or whatever it is, and this is, let's say, my M104, and then you can change this for your change again the name, for example HVAC, and then as you can see, it's change the project browser very efficiently. So aside from that, if you are going to check, let's say for example, you already key in 3D electrical from the sheet name. If you are going to click the drop down arrow here, you will be able to see all the sheet name that you already key in. So you just need to select it if that is the name that you want for your another sheet. Okay, so another use of the sheet list checker. Okay, so let's say for example, if I'm going to open one sheet here, oh sorry, this one. All right. So let's say for example, for the check by, I want to put here my name. Like for example, this is, I'm going to put my initial here. So let's say RPG. So that's my initial. Okay. So if you have 20 or 30 or 50 of sheets, and then you want to change the check by here by your name, so it will gonna be a tedious job, right? So because what you are going to do is you open every sheet that you have, and then you change the check by, right? So you change that by your initial. So it's a very tedious job to do. So another way to do that, instead of doing this one by one, again, you can use your sheet list checker or your schedule, and then you can add another column here. So all you have to do is you can click that, and then you go to fields, just click the edit, just click that one, and then you look for check by. This is the check by, just double click that, and then after that just select here. Okay, there you go. So you will now be able to easily key in here the name of the checker if you want of the sheets. So since I already key in RPG, all you have to do is I click this one and then there's the drop down arrow. You'll be able to see now there your name. All right. Okay. So easily you'll be able to change the name. Now, so if you have 50 sheets or 100 sheets on your project, for me, this is also tedious job. Okay. I need to click it over and over again. So instead of doing that, so let's say for example, I'm gonna change this to different name. Okay, so I'm gonna change that to different name. So this is this one, this is this one. All right, and then I'm gonna change it this one. All right, so just imagine I have 50 sheets and you want to change it one shot. So how to do that? So what you can do is you can, if you just want to use this as your checker, you can duplicate this if you want. Let me duplicate. All right. Okay. So probably this one I'm gonna change the name to let's say working view. Okay. For sheet name. Okay. Then this one I'm going to call it just my checker. All right. Okay. Just for checker. So I'm not going to show this to any of my sheets, so I'm just going to use this for my personal checking of the sheets. So with this duplicate, I'm going to remove these two sheets here at these two column. So I can select these two column and then I can delete that. So I only have this one checked by. And then what I'm going to do is from the properties, I'll go to sorting and grouping. Just click sorting and grouping edit here. And then what you can do is you can uncheck this one, itemize every instance. Okay, and then select that and then okay. Let me change sort. Okay, so you see check by, and then from here you can now change it. So if I type here RPG and then enter, so this is now applied to all sheets here. Because a while ago, the setting here is itemize every instance. So this is useful if, let's say, for example, the sheets are being checked by different person. Okay, it will itemize. So if you have 20 sheets, it will show 20 sheets on your sheet list checker. But if only one person will be checking your sheets, so unchecking itemize every instance is the one that you need to do. So we just select OK and then just key in here to check by here. If you are going to check now the sheets here, so let's say I'm going to open the electrical here. So as you can see, it's now checked by me. Okay, checked by me, double click, you see, all right. So doing that, you'll be able to save tons of time editing and checking your sheets, all right, by just simply using your schedule here. Okay, so this is very powerful, this sorting and grouping. Okay, just remember, itemize every instance. You can check that, okay, if you are going to make the sheets checked by different person. But if you're going to check it, if you're the only one who will be doing that, so it would be better just uncheck this, okay, and then just put your name there. Okay, it's a very simple tool and yet it's very powerful to manage your drawing as a BIM manager. So that's it for this short video. Okay, if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. So once again, this is Rich. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.